next few days with them as they process it and think about it. They're not easy conversations, but I feel like they deserve to be able to have those conversations.
The graffiti has since been painted over. In an email sent out to parents shortly after the administration was made aware of the graffiti, Peter Howland, the assistant superintendent of Waterville Public Schools, said, "While it was a priority to remove the racist graffiti before students returned from school, this is not an indication that we have moved on from the incident." Aaron Medore, the principal of Albert S. Hall Elementary School, says administrative teams will be meeting Tuesday to discuss the incident and that the school's civil rights team is also engaged in the situation. At this time, there is still an ongoing investigation by the Waterville Police Department. In Waterville, Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22.
For Winslow residents, if you live or commute around the intersection where Bay Street meets China Road, I'm guessing you have seen some flooding there from time to time. But there are plans in the works to change that. Town officials hope $2.7 million provided by the state will help rebuild the drainage equipment around Cusham Road, which is off China Road. The town manager tells us that the storm drainage system in the area predates the neighborhoods that have been built around it. Eventually, the pavement built around those neighborhoods has produced more storm runoff than the system can handle. She says the grant money provided by the Maine Department of Transportation will go a long way to help replace the system and reduce the flood waters that occur during hard rain storms. In other news, 19-year-old Trevor Brickman is now charged with 2 counts of attempted murder of a police officer and 2 counts of attempted assault.
Investigators spent New Year's Day in and out of Trevor Bickford's family home in Wells. Neighbors like Steve Isles kept an eye on what was happening.
It's just kind of hard to believe. I was just shocked. It's, Wells is a very small community, and you think, did this really just happen here?
According to police, the 19-year-old took the Amtrak train from Maine to New York on December 29th. Police say Bickford attacked 3 officers with a large knife on New Year's Eve. All were sent to the hospital. They say Bickford was also sent to the hospital after an officer shot him in the shoulder. The attack happened just after 10 p.m., blocks from the Times Square New Year's Eve celebration. It was outside the high security zone, where people are screened for weapons. In Maine, records show Bickford lives on Alpine Drive. According to neighbors, Bickford graduated from Wells High School in 2022. Isles says the suspect has 2 brothers. All of the boys were wrestlers and described them as a kind family. He says the Bickfords are quiet and keep to themselves.
My son Andrew went to high school with the boys. They weren't really close. They weren't close friends or whatever, but Wells has, a really small school system, so, everybody kind of knows everybody's.
Community members say the news was a shock. A woman who lives nearby says she wonders why the suspect committed the crime.
Oh, this is insane. I'm like blown away to think so close from home that someone would go all the way to New York and commit these crimes.
Law enforcement officers continue to investigate, trying to figure out a motive and if it was a terror incident.
And on a lighter note, a Bangor woman is proving you're never too old to learn new things. 99-year-old Mary Hunter is a lifetime volunteer and crafter who loves to encourage others and herself to try new things. Our Jody Hershey recently sat down with Mary in Winterport to hear how life only gets better with age.
We had separate schools, separate churches, separate cemeteries.
Mary Hunter moved to Maine from Georgia and has seen more than most in her 99 years. She's lived through wars, numerous presidential elections, as well as segregation and discrimination.
I can mingle with people and I enjoy it. Because when I was growing up, I could work for you, but I couldn't sit at the table with you. I couldn't use your bathroom.
Mary has never let other people's view of her affect her outlook on life.
The late Senator Margaret J. Smith, I wish she was still alive. Just knowing her, knows the type person. She's that type person that I like to be around people. Don't look at the color of the skin. Looks at as a person. Right. My daughter was a secretary to her.
Hunter and her late husband have always been avid volunteers who enjoy spending time with people, no matter their age or color of their skin. Over the years, Hunter has volunteered at area nursing homes and hospice where she shares her love of crafting. When she was in her mid-90s, she decided to take piano lessons because she wanted to learn something new.
And my teachers, I wanted to learn to play the song and sing it as I play it. And it's working for me. She told me it's hard at my age to do that, but how would I know if I didn't try?
Hunter is currently working with literacy volunteers to get better at reading and public speaking. She says she also hopes to learn to play cribbage this year.
As long as I can help myself and others, I want to live, and I'm doing it.
In Winterport, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The former owner of Specialty Sweets in Bangor has passed away. Eliza Butler, a wife and mother of 4, was battling stage 4 breast cancer. We spoke to Butler back in March of 2022 about her diagnosis. She told us her cancer started at stage 1, but she missed early detection. And by July of 2021, the cancer had spread throughout her body. Butler's friends, area businesses, her church, and family members organized a number of fundraisers over the last year to help pay for her medical expenses. Eliza Butler passed away on January 1st. Sending condolences to her loved ones. Let's turn things over to Jeff Weller with a first look at our forecast.
All right, AJ, thank you. Happy Monday. Your first weather is brought to you by Kings Mountain RC. And look what we did today. Temperature-wise, 43 here in Bangor, 36 Millinocket. We'll take it for early January. They're going to change, though, as we have some warmer temperatures tomorrow, followed by a pretty good cool down toward the end of the week. Lots of clouds out there today, even a couple light flurries earlier. They're now gone. We are in a quiet pattern tonight and a quiet pattern through most of tomorrow, but then this begins to mess with us tomorrow night and brings us some rain showers tomorrow night, throughout the day on Wednesday, and ending as some snow on Thursday. Our forecast, though, tonight, though, is looking at partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down near 30. Your full forecast is coming up. AJ?
Thank you. Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we have your business news, and health professionals say a chronic disease is on the rise. Those stories and more when we return.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Welcome to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop in Brewer.
And some call me the King.
There are RC trucks, cars, crawlers, and parts aplenty. There are planes, metal detectors, and gear galore. I have decreed that all people can book birthday parties with their RC vehicles provided for all. We have indoor and outdoor tracks and crawling courses available. Bring yourself, your family, and friends to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, South Main Street, Brewer.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider, the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Our trauma center is closing down. It's finished.
We will not let a bully destroy us.
Yes! The Resident returns with all new episodes Tuesday at 8 on Fox.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Well, coming up on the next Good Morning Maine, we'll meet a 99-year-old Bangor woman who says you're never too old to learn something new. In fact, she tries to learn something new every day and has even started taking piano lessons. We'll have her story. We'll also hear how a big storm is pummeling the West and how it might impact Maine.
Health agencies issue a frightening prediction about a chronic disease affecting young people. A report from the Centers for Disease Control and the National Institutes of Health says that the number of young Americans with type 2 diabetes could jump to nearly 700% by 2060. The American Diabetes Association Medical Journal says a 65% increase in type 1 diabetes is already likely. The report also says a higher burden of type 2 diabetes could be more likely to affect Black, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Pacific Islander, American Indian, and Alaska Native youths. In other news, Wall Street is looking to hopefully shape up in 2023 after stocks struggled in 2022. Fox's Edward Lawrence has this story and more coming up on Fox Means Business.
Drivers starting the new year with a little more pain at the pump. The national average for regular unleaded gas rising slightly over the weekend. A gallon now at $3.21 a gallon. That's around 10 cents higher than a week ago. Now, keep in mind, those prices are still way off the all-time highs of $5 from last June. Now, to Wall Street, the stock market closed on Monday for the New Year's holiday. Traders getting back to business on Tuesday after the worst year for stocks since 2008. Tech stocks and the Nasdaq suffering the steepest losses. And investors will be watching for some key clues on the economy later this week. We'll get weekly jobless claim numbers on Thursday, and Friday we get the December jobs report. That could give us a sign on possible interest rate hikes from the Federal Reserve, so we'll be watching. That's business. I'm Edward Lawrence.
A lot of Americans are keeping a close eye on Twitter right now for what could be a very interesting new information about Dr. Anthony Fauci. The recently retired former White House chief and medical advisor is to be the subject of the next document dump by the social media giant. Fox News chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel takes a look.
Twitter CEO Elon Musk says there's more to come in terms of exposing the inner workings of the social media giant. Musk tweeted Sunday, "Hope you're having a great day 1, 2023. One thing's for sure, it won't be boring." Then Musk wrote he'll release the so-called Fauci files, quote, later this week. Likely to be how Twitter handled material related to Dr. Anthony Fauci at the height of the COVID pandemic. The soon-to-be Republican chairman of House Oversight says he's already learned about government censorship during COVID.
We know that there were disinformation boards in all these government agencies. It wasn't just the FBI, it was also HHS and DHS and the Department of Defense. And there were lots of disinformation boards trying to suppress anyone who had competing ideas or competing facts to Dr. Fauci.
Comer's promising hearings about COVID's origins and Fauci's handling of the crisis. Fauci retired at the end of the year from serving as director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, but says he'll cooperate.
I'd be more than happy to explain publicly or otherwise everything that we've done, and I could defend and explain everything that we've done from a public health standpoint.
Before his departure, the White House offered full support for Fauci and his decades of service.
These personal attacks that we have been seeing are dangerous on Dr. Fauci and other public health professionals as well. They are disgusting and they are divorced from reality.
Already, leading Republicans are arguing Fauci had too much power, suggesting the country would have been much better served if the responsibility and power had been divided among a few people. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Coming up on Fox 22, Congress must elect a new House Speaker. And we have more on the man accused of quadruple murder. Those stories and more coming up.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Anderson today.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
Pond Hill Farms in Brooks, Maine offers 100% grass-fed beef in a variety of ways. Choose between individual cuts that are state inspected and ready to pop in your fridge or freezer. If you're looking to stock up, Pond Hill Farms offer the option to purchase hanging weight by quarter, half, or whole. We also offer live cattle if you're looking to grow your own herd. Pond Hill Farms also offer rental cottages with spectacular views of the farm and the Maine outdoors. Whether you're looking for fresh Maine meat or a gorgeous place to vacation, Pond Hill Farms is the place to be. CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in design build for commercial, medical, and residential. We can assist our customers with anything from lot procurement to helping find financing for your project, along with building maintenance and renovation. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and laborers. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, and competitive pay. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 207-848-7486.
It's about character. It's about belief. Break! It's about trust. This is not an adventure race. This is a military selection.
Do I still have that fire?
They've entered our world. They will play by our rules.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Congress returns to Capitol Hill Tuesday with an important task at the top of their to-do list, electing the next Speaker of the House. As Lucas Tomlinson reports from Washington, the outcome of that race is still not 100% certain.
When the 118th Congress convenes Tuesday, the first order of business in the new Republican-controlled House will be electing a new Speaker. Outgoing House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy won an initial leadership vote among House Republicans back in November, but the party is far from united behind him. 218 votes are required to become Speaker, and some Republicans say McCarthy remains dozens of votes short.
So he recognizes that he doesn't have the 218.
Others are more optimistic.
I think he absolutely gets the 218.
Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs says he plans to challenge McCarthy.
Right now, nobody has 218 votes, which is the magic number, and I don't believe we're going to see that until January 3rd, and it'll take maybe even take a few ballots to shake that out.
If there's no majority winner after the first ballot, the House will continue voting until a clear leader is declared. No Speaker vote has gone to a second ballot in 100 years. McCarthy can only afford to lose 4 votes. That means even embattled newly elected Congressman George Santos, accused of falsifying his resume, is needed by McCarthy.
They need George Santos's vote. Kevin McCarthy needs his vote in particular to become Speaker. It's a very narrow Republican majority.
When asked, outgoing House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said she hopes Republican infighting will not slow down the voting process.
I'm just hoping that on January 3rd that they'll be expeditiously able to elect a Speaker so that we can get on with the work of the Congress.
Some might be surprised to know the Constitution does not require the House Speaker to be a member of Congress. In Washington, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Investigators say they have their man, ruling out any other suspect in the brutal slaying of 4 University of Idaho students. And just days after Brian Kohlberger was taken into custody, new details emerged on how investigators zeroed in on him as the suspect. Fox's Dan Springer has more from Moscow, Idaho.
Days after his arrest, 28-year-old Brian Kohlberger is awaiting extradition to Idaho, where he faces 4 counts of first-degree murder in the slayings of 4 University of Idaho students.
He
has been named as our suspect, and we believe he is the one that is responsible.
Authorities tracked Koberger for 4 days before arresting him at his parents' eastern Pennsylvania home early Friday morning, roughly 2,000 miles from Washington State University, where he was enrolled as a criminal justice PhD student, and from the University of Idaho, where Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were brutally killed. Koberger is set to appear in a Pennsylvania courtroom on Tuesday. He's expected to waive extradition and be taken back to Idaho. Once in front of a judge, the probable cause affidavit will be unsealed, revealing how investigators zeroed in on him. But it's believed genetic genealogy evidence pointed police to him.
That means if we have enough data, if we have enough cousins, enough matches, we can eventually narrow it down to just one family and often just one individual.
This as authorities continue their investigation into the suspect. Police already flooded with hundreds of calls.
We're trying to build this picture now of him, who he is, his history, how we got to this event, why this event occurred.
Koberger could be flown back to Idaho as early as Tuesday night and appear before a judge here in Latah County, Idaho, as early as Wednesday. In Moscow, Idaho, Dan Springer, Fox News.
In other news, a tech giant settles with a Midwest state over privacy and tracking issues. Google will pay the state of Indiana $20 million to resolve a lawsuit over alleged deceptive location tracking practices. Indiana's state attorney general filed a separate lawsuit against Google over tracking when a suit on the matter by a coalition of states stalled out. The suit stemmed from a 2018 Associated Press story that found Google continued to use track locations even after they opted out by disabling location history. Google says it's introduced more transparency and more tools to minimize data collection. After 3 straight days of Russian missile attacks in Ukraine hitting back with an attack of its own. Fox's Nate Foy has the latest from Kyiv.
A major attack on Russian forces as fighting in Ukraine extends into a new year. Russia's defense ministry reports dozens of soldiers were killed after a Ukrainian rocket strike hit a temporary barracks in Donetsk.
As a result of the strike of 4 missiles with a high explosive warhead at a temporary deployment point, 63 Russian servicemen were killed.
It marks one of the deadliest attacks on Moscow's forces since the start of the war nearly a year ago. Reports from sources inside Russia claim the facility was right next to an ammunition depot, which exploded in the attack and contributed to the death toll. For the people of Ukraine, Russian airstrikes have become more frequent. A missile and drone strike on New Year's Eve killed at least 2 people. Those sifting through the debris say they can rebuild their homes, but nothing can bring their loved ones back.
We were building this house for 5-6 years with our salary, with our money, and all this, and here we are, this happens. What could I say? They are beasts. They are not humans, they are beasts.
Ukraine says it shot down 45 Iranian-made drones launched by Russia on New Year's morning. President Zelensky believes the tide may be turning.
They are afraid. You can feel it. And they are right to be afraid because they are losing. Drones, missiles, anything else will not help them because we are together, and they are together only with fear.
Ukraine also shot down 41 drones overnight and a Russian missile. Reporting in Kyiv, Ukraine, I'm Nate Foy, Fox News.
2 homes collapsed in a possible gas explosion. The force also pushed cars and shattered windows. Fox's Kelly Rule has more.
An assistant fire chief with the Philadelphia Fire Department initially said this morning they believe this was a gas explosion, but the fire marshal's office is investigating and will ultimately be the one to determine that. Meanwhile, the cleanup is far from over.
I am really lucky.
Chris Heinsinger says his drive down North Miller Street early New Year's Day continues to replay over and over in his head. He was in his car with a passenger when the Philadelphia Fire Department says there was a possible gas explosion.
I just couldn't believe it. You know, it was like so loud, and like I just remember like ash raining down and just debris everywhere. It looked like a war zone, like something out of a movie. I just went from 2 houses on a corner to look like a little parking lot type thing, you know, like they just all flattened down, you know, right to the ground.
He says the force of it pushed his car and others up on the curb and briefly knocked his passenger unconscious. Fire officials say they were called to the block off of East Atlantic Avenue around 2:45 in the morning. 2 homes completely collapsed and home and car windows nearby shattered. Officials say 2 people in the flattened homes were able to pull themselves out of the debris. Another person they had to physically dig out.
We had multiple gas leaks in the area. We had smells of gas coming from multiple areas. Cars are pushed all around the street, windows are blown out, and to not have a loss of life is truly a blessing.
The Red Cross and Office of Emergency Management among the city groups at the scene throughout the day as neighbors and restoration companies boarded up windows and cleaned up the aftermath.
My granddaughter was in the front room. God bless her that she didn't get hurt.
Heinzinger, too, is counting his blessings. He went to the hospital as a precaution, but is now home with only some bumps and scrapes.
I mean, it just like replays over and over. I mean, it's probably going to be that way for a little bit of time, but it's definitely a New Year's that I'm never going to forget.
The city says Philadelphia Gas Works will handle damage claims, but again, they haven't named a cause. The fire marshal's office is investigating.
Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we take a look at a study to expand student mental health. And we hear from one of 4 survivors of a helicopter crash. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Kick off 2023 with as the final 9 battle to the finale. Back in the pan! New episodes of Hell's Kitchen, January 5th on Fox.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
I never get the flu.
My kids don't need more shots.
I don't have time.
We're all healthy.
No matter how you build your excuses, the flu can blow your house down.
I can't believe I used up all my sick time.
I missed a week of school during finals.
Now my baby has it because of me.
The hospital?
Keep your foundation strong. Vaccinate.
The new year on Fox TV starts with new seasons and new series. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with a look at what's coming up.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
A return to Fantasy Island leads this week's look at what's hot on Fox.
What can the island do for you?
Monday, January 2nd, Fantasy Island returns with Season 2 with an episode all about reunions and romance. Wishes include best friends who want to rule their 30th high school reunion, played by guest stars Rachel Harris and Cheryl Hines.
Drugs was that was my girlfriend.
That's followed by the special TMZ Presents Lamar Odom, Sex, Drugs, and Kardashians, spanning Odom's marriage and basketball career.
I haven't been honest with myself.
Tuesday, it's the winter premiere of The Resident with the Trauma Unit preparing to close. Then tune in for an encore of the Fantasy Island Season 2 premiere.
Do not give up.
Wednesday, it's the 2-hour series premiere of Special Forces World's Toughest Test. 16 celebrities take on some of the most grueling challenges from the actual Special Forces selection process. Thursday on Hell's Kitchen, Danny Trejo joins Chef Gordon Ramsay, putting the final 9 chefs to the ultimate taco taste test.
Welcome to Flatch. We got a sense of humor.
That's followed by a Welcome to Flatch celebration for Barb's birthday.
All right, let's party.
Then a special Call Me Kat with guest star Vicki Lawrence, playing the mother of late actor Leslie Jordan's character Phil.
You gotta be kidding me!
Friday, Fox Sports brings WWE Friday Night SmackDown.
I promise you, we're gonna find him.
And over the weekend, the new drama Alert Missing Persons Unit starts Sunday. Set in the Philadelphia Police Department, each episode features a new case alongside 2 police officers' own search for the truth about their long-lost son. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Mental health challenges have been a growing problem, on college campuses in recent years. A Doing Nothing course is aiming to help students relax, unplug, and slow down. Fox's Aaron Mabin has the story.
I have spread my dreams under your feet.
Poetry, pillows, peace.
When the blackberries hang swollen in the woods, in the brambles nobody owns.
It is hard to feel stress while inside this Lawrence University classroom.
Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams.
I don't remember the last time someone read poetry for me or the last time I read poetry. I also took a nap, which, was totally permitted in the class, and I'm glad it was.
Because my body speaks to strangers.
Those mesmerizing words, the cat naps, a soothing crochet creation. Not the reason why Diego Leone and his classmates signed up for this unique course.
While he waits for a herring boat to come in.
It seemed very unusual, so I really wanted to make space to do nothing.
That is exactly what this class is called, doing nothing.
The blue and the dim.
This came from conversations that colleagues and I have been having for the last couple of years.
Whatever you guys need.
Professor Constance Kasser is its creator.
We're seeing students being stressed out all the time.
Mental health challenges have been a growing problem on college campuses in recent years. Doing Nothing helps students relax, unplug,
dark,
slow down.
Deep.
It teaches students self-care.
The title of Doing Nothing is a little bit misleading in the fact that we're actually doing quite a lot.
Every week is a little bit different.
Classes have focused on Tai Chi, meditation, good sleeping habits, and more. There's no homework, no reading, no final exam.
When I started reading the curriculum, it's like, oh, about time. It was definitely overdue, especially since the bombardment of social media.
We talked with doctors Himanshu Agrawal and Cassie Ferguson at the Medical College of Wisconsin about how this course could benefit students today and for years to come.
If you should dip your hands in.
Giving students the tools they need to continue those practices beyond that hour that they have together, and it's really creating a community. There's a clarity that comes with sitting still and allowing your mind to be quiet.
Dr. Agrawal is a child psychiatrist. Dr. Ferguson has improved access to mental health services at the medical college. Both know the power of mindfulness.
I think it allows us to be present for other people in a way that we're not typically able to.
On this day, students brought blankets, leaving behind worries and one other thing.
Our phones are a no, big no in the class because we're always using them.
Derived from the rocky breath.
Lessons from a 1-hour weekly course.
It's taught me to make space for things. It's taught me to understand that mindfulness is important.
That hopefully lasts.
When we're rested, when we are happy, we make a better impact on the people around us.
Distant deeps or skies.
Long after the semester ends.
4 people escaped without any injuries after their helicopter crashes into the water off Davis Islands in Florida. A family, including a 59-year-old woman, a 62-year-old man, and a 28-year-old man, were on board the helicopter returning to the airport with the pilot when the aircraft lost power. It went down a couple hundred yards from the shore on the southern tip of Davis Islands.
At this point, the whole entire thing was submerged. I am fully underwater. It's one of those movie scenes where you take your last breath up in the little bubble that's left. And you know that was your last breath, and what you're going to have to do is what you're going to have to do. I did not think it was gonna go well, but I'm here talking to you.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Blaine Gabbert was nearby with his brother at the time of the crash and helped rescue the family, bringing them to safety on their jet skis. The Tampa Police Department assisting with the FAA and the NTSB on their investigation into the crash. Glad everyone made it out safe. As the Federal Reserve continues to work to get inflation under control, economists are expected to keep a close eye on the housing market. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more on the projected real estate trends for 2023 and what that means for sellers and buyers this new year.
Just days into the new year, and real estate experts are projecting the 2023 housing market will face another year of volatility, with mortgage rates expected to climb and national home prices forecasted to drop. But while 2023 is expected to remain a seller's market, forecasting trends are pointing toward a gradual shift toward buyers.
It hasn't yet become a buyer's market, but by far, buyers have a lot more leverage today. We've seen the return of negotiations and contingencies in sales contracts.
Plus, with the Federal Reserve indicating a slowdown in rate hikes, signaling inflation appears to be tapering off, and new 2023 financing programs entering the market, realtors say buyers can expect more options.
There's a lot of creativity that can go on, and it's just you just have to ask and have an agent and lending partners that are willing to discuss what's possible.
2023 is also projected to level off from remote work influenced home buying to more sales catering to hybrid work models.
A hybrid arrangement allows people to move a little bit farther, and we've seen Americans by and large take advantage of that.
But for some prospective buyers, now is not the ideal time to buy. Jonathan Paul says he traded the idea of a mortgage for a more affordable mobile home.
It's a lot easier on me and my pocketbook, and it's easier for my dogs. They can play in a different park every day, see new things, hike new trails.
Even though home prices are expected to go down this year, they rose so much during the pandemic that economists predict a drop now still won't be enough to completely wipe out the gains made over the past few years. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Jeff Weller's in next with our full 5-day forecast.
A few clouds out there now, but the bigger picture shows a large system is on the way for us, not really tomorrow, but tomorrow night through Wednesday and Thursday. Starting off as some rain, ending as some snow. That snow could be locally heavy on Thursday. Those details when I come back.
Hi, welcome to Toyotathon.
Thanks. Now that the holidays are over, I'm getting a Camry.
And we're getting a RAV4 hybrid.
And I'm getting a Tundra.
Oh, and you're getting a belly rub.
And I'm getting a truck.
Right now, you could save up to $1,000 with low 3.49% financing on most all-wheel drive RAV4 models. And every RAV4 comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Come in today, but you're already here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Plan and build your ideal new home or garage with a customized building package from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today. Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
The Celebrity Musical Guessing Game is back.
Celebrities, music, and lots of money for charity.
And Wednesday, January 11th, one of these celebrities will win it all.
Name that tune.
Celebrity Name That Tune. Season premiere Wednesday, January 11th on Fox.
I'm gonna make this right.
You can tell me the truth.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Chevrolet. Come see what the Varney value is all about. And temperatures today, this is not normal. The average high being about 28. We did 43 here in Bangor. 34 for Greenville, 36 Millinocket. Tomorrow, same story. High temperatures up near 40 or so, and then cooling off a bit getting in here on Wednesday into Thursday. Okay, so for a while now, we've been in the light blue, right, which is temperatures above average. We could use some cooler temperatures, as you know. That's over here, but that's going to make a run for us. Not tomorrow, not Wednesday, but later Thursday into Friday, we'll get some more of these purple colors around here. That will hold high temperatures in the 20s, and that could give us finally a little bit of light snow around here on Thursday. Okay, so winds out there now, nothing, non-existent, right? 0 here in Bangor. We could get a little bit of ice fog out there tonight, too, with the winds calm across our region. Right now, visibility looking pretty good at 10 miles or greater, but overall, if you're driving 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, early for work tomorrow, you may see some fog out there early. All right, some clouds out there today, even a couple of flurries earlier today. Those are now gone. A quiet stretch tonight, a quiet day through most of tomorrow, and then things begin to get interesting, right? This is a massive system across the Midwest and Great Lakes currently. Lots of moisture, lots of energy, lots of severe weather across southern plains. That is all moving in our direction. A very slow-moving system that once it gets here tomorrow night is going to linger through tomorrow night and Wednesday and into Thursday, and maybe not even ending until early parts of Friday, as there's just a lot going on here. It's not moving very quickly at all, so several waves of moisture coming our way. That's going to bring us some rainfall, ending as some snow. Let's walk you through it. So lots of clouds out there tonight, no worries at all. Here's tomorrow. Tomorrow morning into midday or so looking pretty good. Lots of clouds around. Tomorrow evening still dry, but then probably increasing clouds tomorrow night will give us some really rain after sunset tomorrow into tomorrow night, and that'll linger off and on through Wednesday. And notice how the front, though, is going to get closer, though, on Wednesday evening. That could change the rainfall over to some snow late Wednesday night. Here comes some more moisture late Wednesday night. That could change over to some snow then on Thursday. Okay, so here we go. So if it stays all rainfall, we're talking probably a ½ inch of rain to an inch of rainfall coming our way. It'll most likely mostly be rainfall, but there will be some snow in this, especially on Thursday, as we get a new batch of moisture in here on Thursday. Not on this map quite yet. That could bring us an inch or 2 or 3 of snow on Thursday. Our forecast, though, tonight, though, is lots of clouds out there, low temperatures down near 28, and a calm wind already out there now. There could be some dense fog late. For tomorrow, afternoon rain showers. Most of tomorrow is going to stay dry with the high temperatures up near 40 again. That's not normal. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows that rain chance tomorrow, especially through the afternoon. Wednesday, we're going to get wet, mostly rain. Some light snow late Wednesday night. Rain change over to some snow on Thursday, ending as some snow early parts of Friday, with temperatures Thursday and Friday in the 20s to low 30s. AJ?
All right, sports is next with Ryan Sudol.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
Puzzles are easy. Family, that's a real challenge. I think we're all going in the right direction. Then they twist the opposite way. I go out on my own, and then they come around again. It happens rarely, but every once in a while we all go where we're supposed to go. And everything clicks into place.
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Securitas Security Services. Securitas Security Services is hiring in coastal and central Maine. If interested, please call 207-990-1776.
Hello everybody, Ryan Sudol here. We begin tonight's sports with a developing story out of the NFL. During tonight's Monday Night Football game between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals, Bills safety Damar Hamlin delivered that hit to Bengals wideout T. Higgins, after which he would collapse on the field. CPR was administered for nearly 10 minutes, as was an AED. Hamlin was then transported to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, where Cincinnati Fox 19 anchor Tricia Mackey says that he was intubated. After an hour, just past 10 p.m. Eastern, the game was postponed for a later date, with the NFL saying in a statement that Hamlin is in critical condition. An additional report from Fox 19's Joe Daneman says that upon leaving the stadium in the ambulance, Hamlin was not breathing on his own, but had a pulse. We will have further updates for you as they are received. Let's move on to more NFL now. The Patriots needed a win Sunday against Miami to stay alive in the playoff hunt, and they did just that. The Pats beat the Dolphins 24-13 as they prepare for Buffalo on the road next week. At 8-8, they don't have to win that game to make the playoffs, but if they win, they are in. After two devastating losses in back-to-back weeks, Coach Bill Belichick is simply happy about the team's heart.
You know, the overall resiliency and determination that the team, as a group and the staff showed, I thought was really good this week. And so battled all the way through it, just able to make enough plays to win. And so it's good. It's a good feeling.
And that game will be Sunday at 1. Okay, now to some high school hoops. Not a lot of local action, but Matt Knockhook Academy helping fill that void as they hosted Calais. The Lynx looking to break a 3-game drought. Blue Devils trying to bounce back from their loss to Woodland last week. Let's start third quarter. Evan Gillespie to Jace Cook, and he's cooking up a storm from beyond the arc. Drains the 3. Devils up big. Later on, Cook's 3 off the mark. It's tipped out, and Lynx's James Trott does, as his name suggests, to the hole by himself for the lay-in. Still third quarter. Cook to Alex Richards for 3. There's something about that spot right there. They seem to always make it. Finally, check this out. Gillespie into Matt Dana. Tries to put it up. He can't hit it, but Jacob Sokabasin with the putback. Dunk? We'll give it to him. Blue Devils roll over Matt Knockhook and win 82-32. Okay, now let's do that outdoor hockey. Today was the NHL's annual Winter Classic, and the Bruins hosted the game at Fenway Park. The Bruins are 0-2 in home Winter Classics. Let's see if they can get their first W. Bruins facing the Pittsburgh Penguins, both teams in their throwback unis. Let's go to the second period. Penguins threatening. Watch Danton Heinen centering it to Kasperi Kapanen. He puts it past Linus Ullmark. 1-0 Pittsburgh after 2. Third period, Bruins with it. Brad Marchand gets it to Jake DeBrusk, who gently rolls it into the back of the net. We are tied at 1 with 12 to go. Finally, under 3 to go. Here comes David Krejci, ahead to Taylor Hall. He tries to backhand it in, but DeBrusk is there once again on the rebound. Bruins take the lead. Right place, right time for DeBrusk. He scores both goals in the third period for the Bruins as they win the Winter Classic 2-1. And finally, let's end on a positive note here, a story that is just downright wild and crazy. You've probably received someone else's mail before, probably a bill, a magazine. Well, how about an invitation to one of the biggest golf tournaments in the world? The man you see here is PGA Tour golfer Scott Stallings. He is getting invited to the Masters tournament in April, but he's not the one who got the invitation. Another guy named Scott Stallings received the golfer's invitation in the mail. Upon opening it, Stallings thought there had to have been some sort of mistake, so he sent the golfer a DM on social media in which he said, "I play, but nowhere near your level." As for how the confusion happened, the recipient Stallings points out that both guys live in Georgia and have wives named Jennifer. He then left his phone number for the golfer to call so that the invitation could be sent to its rightful owner. That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
After getting into a car accident, my husband and I weren't sure of how to deal with the other insurance company.
We made the decision to reach out to the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
One phone call got the ball rolling.
It was a free evaluation, but it was a big relief.
They were easy to work with, and it was clear right away that they cared about our situation.
Knowing that we had Joe's team working for us
and fighting for us
meant that I could focus on healing.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
The theme for this round is things associated with Oprah. You get Pictionary. You get Pictionary. You get Pictionary.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Thousands lining up for hours to bid a final farewell to Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI. Fox's Lauren Green is in Rome with details.
It's a beautiful experience, but also it's humbling.
Thousands of faithful from all over the world lining up for hours in St. Peter's Square to pay their respects to Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI.
We came here to Vatican to show solidarity for the passing away of the Patriarch. We are one world. We show solidarity with all.
In a solemn ceremony, the former pontiff's body was moved to St. Peter's Basilica from the Vatican City Monastery, where he has lived for the last decade. Members of the church blessed the body with holy water and diffused incense around him before mourners were allowed to come inside. They silently filed past Benedict's body, dressed in a red cape and a white mitre, that of the bishops, a rosary wound through his clasped hands. After waiting hours in line, people have only a few seconds to say goodbye and utter a final prayer.
He has done so much for our church,
and I think it's worth paying him some tribute, and especially with our prayers.
Benedict was elected Pope in 2005. He surprised the world in 2013 when he broke tradition and became the first Pope to resign in 600 years. The 95-year-old has been in failing health in recent years. He died Saturday. The former pontiff's body will lie in state through Wednesday. He'll be laid to rest Thursday in the crypt below the basilica with other popes. Benedict's successor, Pope Francis, will preside over Pope Benedict's funeral Thursday morning. In Rome, Lauren Green, Fox News.
A lost dog rescued after spending a frigid night on a mountain in Utah. Nala was out for a Christmas Eve hike with her owner when they were separated. Her owner spent hours looking for her but had no luck. Nala spent the cold night on the mountain before crews and her owner responded the next day. She was spotted on a hard-to-reach part of the mountain just above a waterfall. Technical climbers were able to recover Nala and reunite her with her family for Christmas. Glad to hear a happy ending. That's all for tonight. We hope you have a great rest of your evening. See you back here at 10 tomorrow night with Beth Jones.